What's going on, football fans? It's time for an Overreaction Monday. I think I'm going to try to do this this season as a precursor to our live show on Tuesday. So, obviously, time to overreact, right? We all saw the debacle that took place yesterday against the Steelers. And boy, after we spent all offseason talking about how well this offense is going to look, and we were actually kind of worried about the defense up until, a couple weeks ago when we got Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons. Lo and behold, it's the offense that was the issue. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Now, the biggest question is going to be, is Kirk actually healthy? Because, unfortunately, the team didn't do any favors to dispel any kind of thought process about that, because he didn't take one single snap under center, maybe one, but definitely didn't take much under center, if at all. No play action pass. And this is where this man has thrived his entire career. He has lived as a play action pass like demon, savant. And yet yesterday you had him in shotgun or in pistol the entire game. And when you were in shotgun, you passed, and when you were in pistol, you ran. So not only did you not play to his strengths yesterday, you also then became extremely predictable. This is what I asked a question a couple weeks ago on Twitter, maybe it was last week, about, or do we have any concern about a first-time play caller in Zach Robinson and a first-time NFL play caller in Jimmy Lake. Now, before we start touting the defense as being, stalwart and making stops and all this other jazz, remember who we were playing. Remember the offense that we were playing. We were playing the Steelers offense, which up until a couple of days ago looked like they were going to have Russell Wilson, and then at the last minute had to change to Justin Fields. So you're having to change your game plan, right? And also, their OC is the guy that we just ran out of town, right, for not having a good offense. So before you start beating your chest and be like, oh, this defense came to play, this defense came to rock, they did their job. Yeah, okay. Are they going to do their job next week against Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Saquon Barkley? Like, that's a real offense, Joe. So, they going to come to play then? I mean, we got time to talk about that stuff. But in the realm of overreacting, which is what we're doing today, we're getting all the grievances out so that tomorrow when we come together live, we can talk logically about this. Then what I saw yesterday was inexcusable. It was ridiculous. You have spent all offseason telling us Kirk Cousins is healthy and he's ready to go, and then you tried out what looks like a not ready to go Kirk Cousins. Like, that don't make no sense. We're game one and we're already talking about having to get Drake London the ball more. Now, don't get me wrong. Week one, we got Kyle Pitts a touchdown. That's awesome. Like, Bijan looked good as far as being active in the run game and the pass game. So I expect that to look like he was a good check down valve yesterday. But you didn't pass for anything over 20 yards. So you didn't take any shots. So was the game plan strictly just to, okay, we shouldn't have to do much in this game? Were you treating it like a fourth preseason game? Like a full dress rehearsal? I mean, if that's how we're treating it, okay, so be it, whatever. But, buddy, for the start of the second round of the Raheem Morris era, not a good look, not a good start. You should have been able to, score more than 10 points. I mean, I guess this coming, Father's Day, we need to send a card to T.J. Watt, because he's definitely the daddy of the Atlanta Falcons O-line right now. So, But you knew that. That's the part that kills me. You knew that coming in. You knew TJ Watt was one of the best in the league at wrecking the game, and he almost single-handedly wrecked your game yesterday. I saw, like, routine errors as far as, like, Kirk Cousins trying to stop Charlie Warner's motion, and then they snap the ball into Charlie Warner. And then Drew Dolman snaps the ball, like, with a bad snap. Like, we spent this whole offseason talking about how this O-line wasn't a problem. And I kept saying, my only concern is the past 2 years we've had a mobile quarterback. And we've done a lot of zone stuff, running from side to side, so the O-linemen are on the move. And now you go back to having more of a stationary quarterback, especially one who may not be fully healthy yet. So, and in turn, they look rough. That's a good Steelers defensive line. You get to play another good defensive line against the Philadelphia Eagles next week. And the week after that against Kansas City. So, is it like, the roof's on fire? No, obviously not. It's game one. It's overreactions. But, buddy, it's frustrating because it's a very similar feeling. I find it extremely ironic that we run Arthur Smith out of town because his offense is inept, which it was inept again yesterday, so don't make no mistake there. But then our first game out the blocks, we play an Arthur Smith game. As in, we can't move the daggum ball. We score one touchdown, and in the second half have like one net passing yard. So, a lot to clean up. And Raheem Morris doesn't help himself in the whole doubling down on not playing guys in preseason to prevent injuries. I don't get it, dog. I don't get it. The more things change, the more things stay the same. You change the entire coaching staff. You get supposed to be a better quarterback. And if you go and look, we scored less points than a lot of teams out there yesterday. And Kirk Cousins looked like he hadn't played a game in over a year. Maybe, just maybe, you should have played him in preseason to get some of that rust off. I don't know. Who knows, right? Who am I? Just a guy in a truck with a microphone talking to y'all. All right. I hope y'all join us on Tuesday as me and Jonathan get more in-depth through it. This is Overreaction Monday. As always, you can catch me on Twitter. I'm at Grim1128. Rise up, Falcons fans. It's a long season. We're in for it. Peace.